Hi guys, I'm Chris from Human Torque Training. In this video I'm going to show you how to make a club like this one here. I put up a video a week ago using these. I just made them. Now it's made out of using PVC pipe and concrete. Now just one thing as far as length goes. Now probably after I make a few of these I might link up or put on my website, I'll link up a PDF to the video on different sizes and what they end up weighing in the end. But as far as making a club that you're going to be able to do the most different kind of stuff with, because obviously I've got heaps of different clubs, different sizes, lengths and weights that I like for different exercises, but to make one that's going to be the most usable for the most stuff, I recommend making it as long as you can. So with me, like when I'm standing here, see my arm's dead straight, and it's hard for you to see. See, it's kind of hanging about, say hanging 10 centimeters above the ground. Should do you for a lot of exercises. You don't want to make a really short one. The problem with lighter clubs that I've bought, like 6 kilos, even 8 kilo ones, they're like this long, and it kind of, you don't get the full movement out of the exercise. And even with simple exercises like the arm cast, like I can have the same weight as what this is and have it this short, and this is 10 times harder because it's just got so much more pull. Okay, so what you need is you need a pipe for the body. Okay, so dimensions I'm using, this is 50 centimeters long. Most when I went to Bunnings, like you can buy a meter length, so you just cut it in half if you want to make two. You need 2 end caps, so like one there, one at the bottom. For the neck, my neck is 20 centimeters long, but cut it so that it'll come all the way down to the bottom, and I'll show you why later. Okay, now other things that you need that are just going to make it easier, you don't have to have them. A right angle, masking tape. I bought this when I made that one in the garage last time, and I didn't have anything good to scoop the concrete with, and it was a mess. So like that's why I'm doing it outside this time. I bought this for $6-7 from Bunnings, just a garden scooper, but it's a nice deep one, and it's skinny enough to be able to pour all the concrete in. Otherwise, yeah, you end up using stupid stuff or your hands. Concrete, any concrete will do. It's just quick set concrete. Big bowl or bucket to mix the concrete in, and that's it. Okay, so the next step is, after you've cut all your lengths, get one of the end cap pieces. And the reason that you needed the right angle is because the mistake I made with these first ones is I was rushing it, and I don't know if you can kind of see, like it's not, the neck is not 100% straight, like it's bent to the side, and it's not 100% in the middle, and just that small little deviation, like you'll see in that video I put up of me swinging, every time I'd go to catch it into catch phase, like that, it'd be off, you know what I mean, and which is good for your reflexes, but it'll piss you off. Anyway, so reason needed the right angle is when you cut your end, when you cut the bottom end of the club, you want a right angle to make sure that you've cut it 100% straight. So when you've got the end, you're gonna sit it right on the bottom of this end cap, and that's gonna make sure that you got it 100% straight. Now I've used masking tape, and I've taped it in the middle. First I've measured it to make sure I'm right in the center, and then I've taped it up. Okay, now I've also screwed in a few screws, just four screws into the pipe. Just look, I'm not even sure it's 100% necessary. It's just for when you got that concrete, just in case it won't slide out. But look, like I said, I don't even think it's probably that necessary. Okay, so yeah, so do that, mate. Screw those screws in and make sure this is 100% straight, and tape it up. Okay, now all you're going to do is get your neck piece, you're going to put it on and squash it in. Okay. And you can even see, even with the tape, it is still a little bit wobbly there, but once you put the concrete in, you're just going to have to set it right. Okay, so now what you got to do is just mix up the concrete. You can, I don't know if you can kind of see the thickness I've got there. Just roughly that. Just keep adding water and concrete till you get it how you want it. Okay, now as I was saying before, it's a little bit wobbly, but it's, at least I know, because it's taped in the bottom, it's right in the center. Okay, so hold this still, and then just start dropping the concrete in. Okay, so now once you've almost filled it to the top, you're going to fill in the neck part. Okay, so this is where it gets a bit more messy. I should even have another spade that's even thinner. And don't fill it all the way to the top, because as you can see, I'm going to get a lot of spillover. I'm just going to fill that last little bit up. Okay, so once you've filled it up the whole way, depending on how thick you mix your concrete, you might need to use a stick just to push it all the way down there and get it past those screws that are in there. Just grab a rag and wipe the neck down while it's still wet. Okay, I forgot to mention earlier, you will need a drill, and you'll need, I don't even know what they're called, but you can see in the video one of these drill pieces that are like drill bits that are like this. Now this is the biggest one I've got, and it's actually a tiny bit too small for this pipe that I'm using, so I'm going to have to kind of jiggle it around. Okay, so what I do is I get a piece of wood first. Get your end cap. Now I'm lucky, this end cap has got like a circle in the exact center, so if yours doesn't, you're going to have to measure it out so you get it right, and then basically get the end piece right in the center. Make sure you're sturdy, and slowly start drilling into it. Ooh, it's probably a safer way to do this. Okay, so I've got my hole in it. I haven't drilled a hole in my fingers yet. If you don't have one of those wide drill bits, just stick it on there in the center and draw a circle on there. And with a small drill bit, you'll just have to drill lots of little holes around until you get the whole circle. Because my drill bit wasn't quite big enough to fit on, I just got a small rounded file and filed my way around. It took 2 seconds. Okay, so I'm going to leave this to dry overnight. This is a real important bit though. You need to really get down from all angles and look at it from the top and make sure that neck is perfectly straight, because like I said, just being a tiny bit off, it'll really throw you off every time you're catching the club in order. It'll just mess up your club swinging. Okay, so I'll leave that to dry and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay guys, so now the last step, I've left it to dry overnight, is just to put your 2 caps on. So I've got my hole there, so this one. You could even, you could put this on before it dries, but because I wasn't 100% sure the hole I drilled in it was dead in the center, I wanted to fix this first to make sure it dried in the right spot, and then I could adjust with the file and file the holes. And then the end cap. Okay, now this ended up weighing exactly 10 kilos, the same as this is a 10 kilo one as well, so you see the length is a little bit longer. Like to show you, for example, this one that I made last time, this weighs the same as this one, 6 kilos. Actually, I think it weighs a touch, maybe half a kilo less. So this weighs probably 5.5 kilos. So I'll just give you the dimensions so you know. Both of them are, the body of them is 50 centimeters, and the neck's 20 centimeters. This one, the diameter was 11 centimeters, and so weighing 10 kilos, that was 11 centimeters, and weighing 5.5 kilos was 9 centimeters. And yeah, that's it. Other things you could do is you could put some tape on there to help with your grip. If you're a beginner, like, grip might be your limiting factor. So I find these things here, that's enough for me. Like, it's just enough as far as feedback if you grip slipping. Like, these massive knobs on the end for a lot of exercises, I don't like them, like wrist rolls and elbow casts. Like, they can get in the way. So yeah, as far as, like I said before, what I recommend is making it as long as you can. So as long as it's when it's hanging straight down like this, as long as it's sort of 10 centimeters above the ground. Making one this fat is not real practical for exercises like your reverse mill, where you want the club to be real close to your body. Also with elbow casts and wrist rolls. This one I'll use more for arm casts, like your traditional Persian swings and Indian swings, like all shield casts. So yeah, that's it. It's probably easier ways to make this. This is how I've made them so far, and if I've come up with any better ways, I'll let you know. This one that you see me using in most of my videos, this is just an actual, I've got 2 steel pipes. The place I bought the steel pipes from, the one in the centre fits perfectly, so I've just slided it in. I've just drilled a hole through both of them, put a wire through, and then I've just got steel chains and wrapped the chains around, and then I've taped it up. Anyway, it's starting to rain, so I'm going to get out of it.